Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. Knight f3 develops the knight toward the center, gains more control over the e5 square, and strengthens the d4 pawn. g6 prepares to fianchetto, the dark squared bishop on g7, where it will sit on the long diagonal. g3 prepares to fianchetto, the light squared bishop to g2, where it will control the center from the long diagonal. Bishop g7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. Bishop g2 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. Your bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. Their knight comes into play, attacking the center. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. I like their choice. This is a fine move. Their bishop moves into the game. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. They are threatening to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. You prevented your opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. Very good choice. They played one of the best moves here. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. You can pick up a free pawn. You want a pawn for free, attacking your pawn chain. That was an even swap of material. A straightforward recapture. You overlooked an opportunity to kick a knight. You are now able to kick a knight. You're kicking their knight out of a useful square, moving their threatened knight to safety. You are threatening to create a passed pawn. Decent move, but they had a better one. You move your knight away from the edge of the board, giving it control of more squares. They overlooked an opportunity to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. Yes, this is the way. A clear recapture. You recaptured. They've made a mistake and their pawn is now lost. This is the way to win material. A straightforward recapture. Good thinking to bring out more pieces into the game. They've made a mistake and their queen is now lost. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They missed a chance to block a check from the opposing bishop. This moves your queen to a safer square. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. Your move gets closer to checkmate. This move wins a rook. They stopped your attack by interposing a piece to protect their pawn, getting closer to the forced checkmate. Their piece is now in a more active square. You continue the checkmate attack. Nice, you found a way to win a queen. They blocked the check from your rook. Always feels nice to win.